Guys, in today's video, we're gonna teach you how to drive for dollars. One of the best ways to make money in real estate is actually driving and looking for distressed properties and driving for dollars. So we're gonna teach you what to do and what not to do. So first of all, we're standing outside a beautiful area in Alabama called Mountain Brook. This is not the area you want to drive for dollars. Stay tuned and we're going to show you the best area to drive for dollars, and what the point of driving for dollars is that you can make a massive amount of money by finding distressed properties, calling the homeowners, locking that property under contract to wholesale it, or flipping it yourself. So let's get going. First step, okay, step number one, go to Deal Machine, open up the app. So what the first thing it's going to do is it's going to pinpoint where I'm at, okay? So you see, it knows exactly where I'm at. So now I have free driving enabled. See, we're looking on our right. There's no houses on our left. So as we look on our right, do we see anything? We got this house right here. Based on the neighborhood, I might add this one, okay? The house next door is pretty rough too. I just touched this one. It says absentee owner. I just add the lead. That's the first step that I do. Now, I'm gonna start mail, but the first thing I like to do, I like to get recognized. I don't want, like, they're gonna get a million postcards, so I'm literally gonna take a selfie in front of the house, okay? I like to do the thumbs up, like, hey, I'm in front of your house, I'm smiling, look at that, okay? Now I just have to hit start mail. Start mail. Now, I'll tell you one thing, Deal Machine defaults to like a seven feature campaign where it's just gonna keep sending mail and keep costing you money. I just blast it out once, send one initial card. This next one I'm gonna do too. So let me tell you which one I'm not gonna do. Like, there's certain things that you just can't fix no matter how much it costs. So this is one that we're not gonna add. Okay, let's just talk about this. Why wouldn't we add this deal? First of all, to fix this house, it's gonna cost us a minimum of $75,000, and I'm going light. So let's just say 75 to 100,000. We just note that we're all in on this house over down the block over there for 50 grand, okay? So we would never do this house right here. One thing in the hood, you see a lot of people dumping their trash just in the middle of the street. And then they'll probably call and say, hey, well, there's trash over here. Can you come pick it up to the city? All right, so like this house right here, we're gonna add this one. So again, I can see this thing right here. See the roof? There's no house in the corner. It's gonna tell me Birmingham Land Bank Authority. So we're not gonna send that to that, okay? So see how it tells us the owner, Birmingham Land Bank Authority. We're not gonna add that. Reason why, the city of Birmingham owns that property, okay? They are not gonna deal with us. They're not gonna sell it. And if I do wanna see what they have for sale, all I gotta do is go to the land bank. Land bank is a great way to buy properties if you can deal with the city, which is a pain in the butt.
So if the bank owns that property, does that mean they're ready to bulldoze it? Is that their next move?
The land bank?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna put it for auction. So now you got another one right here. This house is one that I would probably add unless there's more falling down than I can see. That's owned by Logstone Capital. Add this one out, put the parking brake on, go take a picture. Look at these old tiles that they have on that roof. How old is that roof? Oof. So again, that's the postcard they're gonna get. You might say, hey, that's cheesy, Troy, but you know what? It works. This one right here, we're not gonna add. We are not gonna add that one.
Too far gone.
Too far gone and too rough of an area. And it looks like somebody might be holding up shop there. The next one, that is a pretty house. It's structurally okay. I actually think there could be somebody living in there. It's an investment company. It says vacant. Cool thing about Deal Machine, it will tell you if it's vacant or not. Start mail. The cool thing about Deal Machine is it's gonna just keep track of where you're going. That one.
Pretty far gone to me.
It looks like it's about ready to be demoed. Let's go look at what the signs say on the window. If it's about ready to be demoed, we definitely don't want to add it. I mean, they're cutting the lawn.
Well, they got building permits.
Yeah, so this is somebody who's taken this property.
There's Troy being reckless with his body.
Being a little bit reckless with my body. The phone is probably the most reckless part, still holding on to that. Huh? Does that say building permit?
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
The yellow one.
This thing's about ready to fall down on me. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, so somebody's already building this. You said it's too far gone. Look it.
I guess I'm wrong.
Somebody's already redoing this thing. It's not too far gone for somebody. They've done a lot of work actually on this house already. Trying to get this thing level is not easy. Somebody already bought this one. We'll let them do their work. Hopefully they make a lot of money or they put it back together. This is a big project for sure. These ones are like, where do you start? Well, you start with the foundation, right? That's where you start, and then you get that foundation straight, and then you start working on your roof. I'm pretty sure if I pulled on this thing would come right down. I'm not gonna do it.
I'll turn the camera off first.
If you're on the West Coast and you're like, man, there's not a lot of properties. There are properties everywhere. This one right here.
Got boarded up windows.
Now this still says owner occupied.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't mean it is. You can't rely on the data here. So we're adding the lead. So now I can hit start mail. If I hit start mail, it's just going to rely on whatever Google's picture is right there. It's going to pull the picture from Google. Okay. So what I like to do is, again, I'm going to take the photo. So I get out, take a little picture in front, give them a smile. Always important to smile. Now then, rather than them getting some cheesy picture from somebody else, they're getting that. And you can do this virtually. You can drive for dollars virtually, and that's an okay way to do it. Okay, so now we got this one right next door. Boom. Recovery North LLC. Now, something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to the neighbors too. Again, picture showing you that. Obviously what you wanna do if you see the neighbors out front, and they probably aren't gonna have anything to say about it. They're probably not gonna know much. But if they do know something, we're gonna wanna know. Y'all know who owns the house? No?
How long you guys been living here for? A year? Nobody lived there since that?
Huh?
Nobody's living there since then?
It was like this for years.
Really?
Well, yeah, I didn't get that way overnight, right? It looks pretty messed up. All right, cool, thank you. So now the cool thing is you can skip trace these when you get to your house. You can call these as you're driving, right? You can do both. Now the reason I'm not calling them when I'm driving, because we would never get anything done right now. Like, I'll be happy, like once we wrap up, I'll make a few phone calls. The skip tracing platform, I use a site called Tracers, which has much better data. And this one, we know it's occupied. But how long can someone continue to keep up a house like that, right? I'm not gonna get out of the car this time, but I can still do the selfie. Hey, I'm driving by, look, I'm in the car. Next step, you got that in there. Now we're hitting start mail. The mail's going out. Yeah, that's a really pretty house. But we'll go ahead and add this one too. And here's the thing, a lot of these people might have bought this property through a tax sale, right? And they're like, oh, I bought this property, I'm out of state. And then they get into it and they come down here and all their dreams are ruined. They're like, well, I'm in the middle of the hood in Birmingham and I don't know what I'm doing. And when I say hood, I mean lots of abandoned houses. I mean, lots of garbage, working class areas. It doesn't mean that it's not a great place to invest. It's a fantastic place to invest because what happens is high tides raise all ships, okay? And so Birmingham's coming back. Same thing happened in Kansas City. People wouldn't invest east of Truce. I started investing east of Truce, and now those neighborhoods are being flipped. I love properties close to railroad tracks.
Why?
Why do I like them?
Yeah.
I feel like railroads don't run that often anymore, okay? So unless you're like by like the Amtrak station, you're probably getting a few trains, if they're active, a day at the most. So that could be, you know, something that might scare you if you got kids, but it's also something that's like, that's my neighbor, okay? So this one, yeah, this one's falling apart. You get a bunch of trees growing over the top of it. Corporate owned. We're doing a little picture. When they see that, the first thing that they're thinking, in my opinion, is like, what a goofball.
This guy's bold.
This guy's a goofball, he's bold, but I want them to pick up the phone and call me. So that's gonna accomplish that mission.